Alright, here we go. This is a 2v2 ranked match on Nesthorn between the green team in the upper left-hand corner. Once again, boomhower and Valinor in the same mechs as the last game. The classic, traditional, signature Shark Neo and Green Sea Bomber. And again, the same team, same mechs for their opponents in the bottom right-hand corner. The blue team, punktronica and rigelglen. And once again, punktronica and Rigel are going with 2 levelers. Well, they went with a little more last time because it was Chasm, but they are going with a few levelers instead of what the green team is doing. Typical moneymaker, 1 generator, and let's see if there there any generators over here for the blue team. Yes, they obviously would have to. They are going with levelers. So super rush for mid right now, and boomhower getting some probe kills. So green is able to keep this and take it actually, and probably will be able to keep it. Look at all this tank spam. These infantry will go down very fast, even though they have so many. There's a lot of tanks over here, and Valinor going. Oh wait, no, that was boomhower. Okay, no one dropped anything over at the close. This outpost does go back down to neutral, but quick to respond with more infantry. This green does take this back, and punktronica going for this upper right hand base, and blue team actually gets it. This is blue, and they do have a close outpost with 3 infantry bunkered. And now putting Armadillo down to kill Saki units, but mid is still under control from green, and now Valinor bringing a Longhorn down. Rigel here to respond with his chopper. He will be able to at least kill these infantry. And Valinor using this diversion, not really diversion, but Rigel needs to be over there to defend. Valinor is over here dropping with this Longhorn and some Armadillo. And some infantry. Valinor trying to get away, will obviously be able to get to since he is a Neo, and punktronica bringing an Armadillo over here, going back to the original fight over here for this outpost, and there are still 3 bunkered infantry, still 1 Armadillo over here on this top outpost, top factory on Nesthorn, and blue will probably not, blue will probably not lose that for a while. I did have to expect punktronica and Rigel to use red for certain obvious reasons, but they are in blue. Boomhower does get taken down by Rigel and punktronica's focus fire, and now they are free to 2v1 against Valinor right here in the mid. There is only 1 Armadillo left over here, and 1 Longhorn, which does get killed by punktronica. Neutralized outpost by blue, and blue will be able to take this eventually. I'm pretty sure they have a lot of infantry. They do have creeps coming. Valinor with probes, so this fight will not be over quite yet, except if yes, it's still neutral. Punktronica gonna take out this last Armadillo. Valinor coming back with more probes and has only probes in his queue. But punktronica is just making sure he kills any of the infantry that go in. Rigel and Punk bringing more infantry over here. It does go green, but now there are infantry, there are soldiers on this side, on the right side of mid. It does go neutral again. More infantry coming from both teams. All 4 players are over here trying to claim this outpost, and boomhower gets killed. Valinor is here all alone, and this outpost is neutral with no more greens with no more green units in the area except for moneymakers, which will not do anything for defense. So this probably will go to blue. Look at all the blue infantry going in, and blue does take mid. Punktronica coming back over here to respond. There has been a T capture push of Armadillos in that area, but punktronica does get killed. Boomhower, actually Valinor did respond over there at this outpost, and now the mid goes green, but will go back down very quickly as there are 4 tanks surrounding with probe shooting. That last part didn't really matter, but there are probes that are going to go in. This outpost does go back down, go back to blue, and Rigel bringing these infantry over here. Now trying to shift the fight over to this outpost so they can have more firm control of mid, which they already pretty much have. There are a lot of tanks over here. However, that was pretty much the same case for green, where they had a lot of tanks over there, but they all got killed. More infantry going down for punktronica in this area over for this outpost is not gonna, because they are not gonna survive. And punktronica looks like he is gonna get chased down by boomhower. Boomhower and Valinor again with their tournament cups. super fancy. But now it is kind of settling into mid game. They are pretty much in control of their outposts at this point. Well, green doesn't really have yeah, there aren't too many units over here defending for green. And Rigel is finally taking out the neutrals over here because he has you know, he has mid. Blue team really wants the neutrals to be cleared. Pretty much on Nesthorn. Oh, and Valinor killing punktronica and boomhower getting killed by rigelglen. But pretty much on Nesthorn, the neutrals are advantageous to the people who don't have mid. Well, not necessarily. You really want to try to take, like, for example, blue has mid right now. These creeps are these neutrals are more beneficial to be dead for them. But now that the fight is over here on this side, the neutrals that were down here before, it's beneficial to kill them for blue, because now the creeps will start spilling into the frontline battle, which is that power station over there. But punktronica again trying to drop with infantry for that outpost, does not get it. Valinor is there to respond, and punktronica again with the infantry, but now there is no one here yet. Valinor and boomhower both come back. Valinor getting the EMP, forcing punktronica to stay on the ground. Punktronica is going to get followed down, but he is going to try to back into his units. Not quick enough though. Boomhower will get that kill on punktronica, and Rigel signaling for a Bertha. Yes, Rigel did get up to level 6. He will start producing Berthas, and that is pretty much why he has the oh, actually, punktronica and Rigel both have Berthas in their loadouts. That's really not something that you see that often in high tier play, where they have where, you know, two players on the same team have one of those units that is you know, just really not necessary to have on both teams. But at this stage of the game right now, Berthas are pretty much the most powerful unit to use. And boomhower coming over here, gonna try to get a kill on the socket unit, gonna try to kill the rest of these. Let's see how long it takes for punktronica to respond. Probably Rigel will be the one to respond, since he's already in this area, and he actually does not get there in time. Those socket units are gonna die, and boom. Oh, I thought boomhower. Oh no, he does. Boomhower gets that last leveler right when Rigel gets that kill on him. So very interesting timing there, but kind of a lose-lose for both teams, huh? But now the fight is on this outpost. This is the front line of battle, the power station for green. Boomhower kind of suicided there, trying to kill as many units as he could before that happened. I'm not really sure if he was actually planning on leaving that area first. But Valinor now is the only one here for green to support, and Rigel is shooting his rockets, and that would have killed those artillery really quickly if Valinor didn't pick it up. And now this is what you see a lot on Nesthorn when there is when kind of control for outposts has been quite established. You're going to see the team who has mid and the team who has this power station just fight right over this open area here, with a lot of artillery concentrated over here for the mid controlling team. And a lot of times what you know, you're going to see what's happening right now. Tanks getting ferried over to the corner, but if it is a losing game, they will start to retreat them. But okay, Valinor bringing another one over, and boomhower dropping another one as well. There are two over here, and they are going to start shooting at the units over in this area. But okay, now there are no more units within range for at least that. Okay, this tank died, but now this tank is shooting this outpost, and Rigel asking Punk if he wants to push. Punk has not responded yet, and now Rigel and Punk. Okay, Punk didn't even respond, and Rigel is saying, okay, he's gonna send. Why aren't you responding, punktronica? But yeah, he's kind of saying, punktronica, I really want to send right now, or at least, you know, he's gonna send really soon. He hasn't yet, though. He hasn't yet. There hasn't been anything pushed out, and right now it's just this. It's just really like a. This isn't even really trench warfare anymore. It's just a gorge warfare. I don't know how to put that, but they are fighting over this gorge, this chasm. Not really the same kind of chasm as on Chasm, but it is kind of a chasm in the same way. Longhorn drops over here, takes out a little bit of life for green, forcing boomhower to stay over in this area, but he does dispatch those Longhorn pretty quickly. And now these this outpost does go neutral. Valinor not quick enough to put probes down fast enough to keep this under green control. A lot of infantry going in, but boomhower does take that take him out in time, but gets killed himself by Rigel. Valinor putting down those defensive probes. It's working in the meantime, but I really don't know how long this is going to last. There are more and more units coming for blue, and there are 2 Berthas in this area to fire into this outpost. This does go neutral, does go completely bulbless. Valinor and boomhower both go down, and this will probably go under blue's control completely in the next few seconds. Boomhower and Valinor are respawning right now. It does feel like an eternity when you are waiting for a respawn, especially if you just lost an outpost. You're holding spacebar, trying to see what's happening in that area, and man, it is just super frustrating not to be able to do anything during that respawn time. Now there are Berthas pointing over here in this factory. This is the next step for green. The line of battle will shift over here to this ledge. Not really a ledge, but to this little alley here. They have a lot of flackers. They have a couple Berthas. More flackers in queue for Rigel, and Valinor actually trying to retake the power station, or at least trying to begin to retake the power station, is thwarted by Rigel. Boomhower low on life, but does get out in time. A lot of the high-level players know exactly when to leave. Well, most of the time, you know, stuff happens. But punktronica dropping infantry. There are only 2 Dillos on this side to defend. It does go neutral, and these 2 green Dillos probably will not save blue. Save green. Punktronica coming back, and Rigel as well with infantry. This outpost does go blue pretty quickly. And now no more units on the right side of this outpost for green. Only that armadillo on the top of the outpost, and Boomhower and Valinor are trying to shoot lights down, but I mean, this defensive infantry spam is just so effective, even if it does go all the way down. Look, there are creeps going in, there are infantry going in, and yeah, Boomhower low on life. Rigel is going to get this kill with the rockets. Super fun playing chopper sometimes when you are just trying to finish off guys that are trying to Viking dance down. And now these moneymakers getting saved by Valinor probably will sell them, because that this will be a fight for this close outpost at this point. Now look at that. There are 5 flackers over here, and this is kind of a no-fly zone at this point. No longer able to be here. And Boomhower does get taken down before he gets back to his outpost, or before he gets back to the fort. And yeah, that's really just a direct consequence of those flackers. Valinor trying to trying to divert the attention of blue over here with that quick EMP and drop. But you know, Rigel is gonna just chill over here, just gonna bring some more units down. And now he does come back to the fight over here. And there are a lot more. There are Berthas coming out. Actually, 1 Bertha now. Where are the rest of Green's Berthas? They had a lot of Blue's Berthas. They had a lot more. They still have 2 over here. See these Berthas now. Punktronica bringing them over. Artillery units sitting over in areas that are when they're not doing anything, pretty much are wasting your power and economy, because your economy is invested in those units, and if they are not doing anything, if they're not guarding, if they're not you know, attacking, then they really are units that are that are wasted credits. So if there are any stray units, you know, you really have to pick them up, and that's what Punktronica just did. He took those he took that Bertha and brought them to the front lines. And now there are these Berthas sitting over here. Man, they are just hammering all these units. There's only that 1 armadillo left. Boomhower bringing out a Goliath, and he actually has Valinor has 4 in queue, and Boomhower has 2 in queue. What's a really common practice now is you know, when blue decides to push out, green is going to have a full queue of Goliaths or armadillo or longhorn or whatever they have. You know, Valinor has these 4 Goliaths, and he hasn't brought any of them out yet. Boomhower healing up this last one. But yeah, once blue starts to come out, push out, you know, once they get within firing range, green is just going to drop all their units, and you know, because there is a defender's advantage in this game, they will be able to probably, especially with a full queue of, okay, yeah, full queue of Berthas and Goliaths, which they haven't brought out yet, and I'm pretty sure Blue is very aware of the possibility of a counter push at this point, because when Blue pushes in, Green is just going to start spamming all their units, and all the pushing units for Blue are just going to go down really fast, especially to properly positioned defensive units. So this is why, as you can see, and boomhower going down there to punktronica, this is why these units are being kind of leapfrogged over here in this alley, in this alley leading over here. And just because if you want to get your units closer to the fort to be able to get into attacking range, leapfrogging is way safer than sending a blind push, in the sense that they don't know what they're going to pull out of their queue. So it's much safer to just have these units leapfrogged out here. And okay, now the Goliaths are coming out from Valinor, and boomhower bringing out the Berthas he had in queue, because they realized, oh look, these are coming up here. So now they really have to start getting this defense off. But it is working pretty well. Look, they are starting to kill units over here. Those Goliaths for Blue did get killed. They were not able to save that. I think that one that was there. But look, now the leapfrogging is happening over here too. But look at these Berthas. These Berthas are firing into this cluster and just smashing these tanks. One does go down. The other ones look like they're on fire, and they are getting taken out. And all these units over here for Blue did get evacuated and killed. Well, evacuated or killed. So, you know, the Greens push or leapfrog really helped them in this situation. But the problem is now they don't have any more credits, they don't have any more units, and Blue is once again just going to get the advantage if they are not able to retake that power station. Or no, sorry, that factory on the right side. And yeah, it's just very unfortunate that they can't, you know, look at all these units. I mean, if they start to push in with the Goliaths, maybe they'll be able to take out half. But it's just so impossible to you know, to just do a push on this big clump of units. But unfortunately, the one thing that they have on their side is a lot of Berthas. They have so many Berthas over here that if they just maintain position, which it doesn't look like they're doing to the fullest extent because their units are going down, but if they did maintain position, the Berthas will be able to fire into this cluster over here that's protecting this outpost. And if Blue doesn't you know, heal them up in time, they will get killed very quickly. Yeah, and but the problem is, though, their units are dying as well. Rigel doing a really good job firing in with his you know, with his rockets, and you know, it's really hard to get units that are over here for Blue. Like boomhower almost died there to the anti-air units over here, and you know, it's just high risk for what you need to do to just maintain position. There are 5 Berthas firing out over here. Look at the carnage that is happening. Look at all these dead Blue units. Rigel picking them up, probably going to move them to the back of the outpost. No, moves them into this alley area, and now Valinor forced to reposition the Berthas. This one in the front is under fire, and Valinor moving it to be able to counter the positioning of these Longhorn. Boomhower landing, and they all are dead now, just due to the Bertha fire and Boomhower's melee. So, you know, Blue is really trying to push in, but they really need to counteract the Berthas with Berthas or something like bombs. And they do not have bombs in their loadout, except for, I mean, technically punktronica has that bomb ability. But, yeah, they will not really be able to take this unless they, you know, unless they start using Berthas of their own, because Berthas and artillery in general are just so good at counteracting any units, just because tanks, especially since tanks are pretty much the prime attacking unit of at this point, that and tanks move really slow, and really slow units are just, you know, cannon fodder to artillery. And boomhower is the only one left here. Valinor did get killed. Did respawn. Now there are actually 3 artillery. There are 3 Berthas firing over into here, and Green has not repositioned their Berthas to, you know, to directly combat them yet. So I really want to see Green. Okay, now Valinor is doing it. He does have the 3. It's kind of 3v3 now in terms of Berthas. Now it's in Green's favor a little bit, but Rigel shooting into this area, you know, adding to the DPS. punktronica doing the same with Okay, well, Punktronica did get killed by boomhower just there, but you know, shooting in with your own mech, especially with the chopper rockets, really helps with the DPS that's going down, and you know, will get will really help your cluster of units out in terms of being able to kill pretty much the other cluster of units that it's against. Punktronica asking Rigel if he has AA. He does have Seekers, but he's not, you know, he's producing, it looked like he was more producing the Berthas instead. And now Punktronica moving the Berthas to the other angled corner. They have outposts on both sides, you know, they have this power station down here, and they have the factory on the upper side, but this one is a little further, but, you know, not as much of a factor when you're fighting with Berthas, because Berthas have ridiculous range, and, you know, and Punktronica really accusing Rigel of, you know, well, what's wrong with you, man? You got to do a little better than this. And I personally think Rigel is doing quite well. But, you know, this outpost does go green. There is only, there's only one Sam, or it's not Sam, but a high-level creep over here that looks just like Sam's. A couple more dropped, but they will not be able to take it. Punktronica is here, but he's not probably going to be able to get anywhere right now. He needs to come back. He needs to bring more units, come back, and yeah, bombing. I mean, they really need to start, you know, microing their Berthas better than green, because right now Bertha War is pretty much dominant. And they need to make more Berthas. They need to start microing them more. Rigel is the high-level chopper by now, and probably can lift 2 Berthas. I think. I'm not sure if level 13 is high enough, but he will be soon, if not already. And does lift to kill Boomhower, and Valinor kills Punktronica and Rigel in that exchange. So Valinor is the only one on alive right now, and sheesh, and is gonna try to take this opportunity to kill these, you know, these units, these frontline units for blue. Boomhower is coming back here. Is the first to respawn just because he was the first that died. And yeah, these Berthas are gonna go down. Punktronica is gonna save this one, but they are starting to lose the power station here. And it is overtime 1. We are 3 minutes and 15 seconds in, but both forts have full life, just because that lunchbox is helping out green, and this outpost does go neutral. Right now but okay, it gets retaken by blue, but there are much thinner unit composition over there, and now Boomhower coming to get these levelers, does not get them, but and goes down to to Rigel. And Punktronica cleaning up the last units over there. It is more stable now. The fight will be for this outpost. I'm pretty sure it'll be blue pushing toward it instead of green pushing toward the power station, and which it is right now. Rigel dropping infantry over here trying to take it. Punktronica trying to kill that Goliath does go down there, a little overextended, but also because this outpost is neutralized. If it was blue, I believe he would have been able to get back in time, but Rigel coming over here and dropping more probes. They don't have, okay, there's only one blue bulb up, and yeah, and Punktronica not happy with Rigel's performance right now. Taking a lot of time to type instead of move, which yeah, is just kind of counterproductive. He is coming back to the battle right now, and these Longhorn are surrounding this outpost, but Boomhower going crazy with the slashing, and Valinor, okay, this outpost does go neutral. Boomhower does get killed, but now Valinor has probes in queue, does decide to cancel them, is going to go more defensively now, because Punktronica is dropping with these infantry, with these creeps, and Valinor has to respond to kill him. Does get the EMP off, going to do another one. That does half the movement speed and the attack speed of any unit that's affected by it, including mechs actually, and prevents them from transforming. So Punktronica does not get away from that, does stay there for a little too long, but Boomhower and Valinor both follow him down and get that kill. And now Rigel doing some front door attacking, trying to micro the Longhorn around as much as possible to get as much damage off, besides the block, and does get quite a lot of damage off of that base. That was about a third to a half of Green's fort health, and yeah, that was pretty effective. That was definitely worth it, in my opinion. Definitely worth the death. But this outpost has gone neutral. Boomhower does get killed by creeps. That's a little bit, yeah, I get depressed when I get killed by creeps, man. Anyway, Punktronica does take this outpost, so this is an interesting swing. Green has taken the power station, and Blue has retaken the factory, so, you know, and actually, oh wow, Punktronica killing a lot of units over there. Doesn't get killed until now. Wow, that was also worth the death, I think. But right now, look, mid has nothing on it. And if Green takes this outpost, which it looks like they'll probably be able to actually, and if Green takes his outpost, then the fight could easily be for mid. Yeah, and look, Valinor is okay. This outpost has been retaken by Green. Valinor is reinforcing with those Longhorn. And right now, almost taking this power station. It's so close, but Blue does have it. There is a Goliath over here for Green, so that is a lot of power in this area. And Punktronica is able to just land and slash, because he has an active outpost over here to be able to heal up, and actually heals up this Longhorn. Rigel does come back and join the battle, but we do hit overtime too, and health is falling pretty quickly for Green Team. Blue Team just slightly, but Green Team is in dire straits here. Green Team really needs to do something right now, but they are, they obviously are trying to retake this outpost, but it's looking really, really grim for them. They really need to start either, I don't know, really start pushing hard or just outmaneuvering Blue Team. And Rigel taking Boomhower down again. Valinor trying to do a cloak Longhorn drop. Really needs to uncloak or else he's going to run out of energy. Wow, just in time. Really good timing with these people, but he was not able to hit Y and send it on attack. Very unfortunate there. That is attacking the generator, but I think after it kills the generator, oh, nope, too late. Too late. This game does go to rigelglen and Punktronica. Oh, more ranked ELO points for them. This is RUI, and that's game. See you next time.